Hello peeps, welcome to Muscle Ministry. Today what I'm going to be taking you through is a workout that's going to strengthen the essential muscles that you need for your strength program. So it's not going to be your full-on strength program, but the essential muscles that you need to make sure are nice and strengthened so that you prevent any injuries. Alright, I'm here with my girl Lucy.
Hey!
She's going to be demonstrating, taking you guys through it so you can see that everybody of all shapes and sizes can get it done. So, let's get busy. Alright. So we're going to kick off this workout with a warm-up on the cross trainer. We're going to be spending no more than 15 minutes with the aim of bringing our heart rate between 50 and 60%. Make sure that you keep your hands on the moving handles. If you don't have a cross trainer, happily go and use a treadmill or a bike. I find the cross trainer is the most effective way of warming up because it allows you to use your whole entire body. So you warm up your shoulders, also your knees and your hips, getting you ready for your workout. We're going to start off this workout routine with some dynamic stretches. The first stretch we're going to be doing is a lunge back rotation. This is going to warm up our core, the muscles that run along our spine, our chest and our psoas. When you're performing this stretch, make sure your stride is nice and long, that you're using your lower back to rotate, and finally make sure that your head follows your hands as it goes up towards the sky. This will really help loosen up those muscles that run along your spine, which is going to be key in the exercises we have in this workout. 8 reps on each side, making sure that your hands go all the way to the ceiling with each repetition. Next up we have the box jump. This is a plyometric movement. This movement is going to activate our lower body, getting them ready to be nice and explosive. When you jump, make sure you squat down at the top of the jump and then stand up. Once you jump up, jump back down. However, if you don't feel comfortable with jumping back down, feel free to step back down as you're about to see me demonstrate. I want you to perform 10 jumps, making sure each and every jump is nice and explosive. Next up we have a wall standing press. This exercise is going to warm up your thoracic spine, loosen it up, getting it prepared for our workout. It's also going to target your shoulders and your lats. Make sure as you're bringing your arms down, you want to bring them down to a 90 degrees and try as much as you can to keep the back of your wrist on the wall. Maintain the position of your back against the wall so that you can feel the stretch in your lats. Bring your arms as high up as possible. Do 10 reps and feel the squeeze in the middle of your back. We're going to kick off this workout routine with dumbbell lunges. Here we're going to be working on our balance and stability of the hips and the ankles, but also the strength in our legs. When you're performing this exercise, the aim is to get a right angle bend in your front and your back legs. As you do the lunge, when you're coming back up, push through your heels and stand up straight, making sure that you're not bending or leaning forward. Alternate legs and do 10 reps on each side for 4 sets, only having a 1-minute break between each set. Next up we have single leg bridges. Now if you don't have a platform, feel free to perform this exercise on the floor. Here we're going to be building up the strength in our hamstrings and our glutes. Drive through your heels until your back is nice and straight. At the peak of the movement, I want you to contract your glutes as much as you can to bring your hips up nice and high. The aim is to get your back in line with the back of your legs. Do 8 repetitions on each side and do that for 4 sets with a maximum of 1 minute rest in between. You want to be paying attention to the height of your glutes and your lower back. Try and aim to get in line with the back of your legs so it's one straight line from your knees all the way down to your shoulders. The next exercise is a dead bug. Now for this exercise, it's going to require you to think a lot and use your coordination skills. We're going to be working on coordination, balance and stability, but also strengthening the core. Laying on the floor in an upside down all fours position, I want you to lower your left arm and your right leg, keeping your other arm and your other leg in the same position. Engage your core and push your belly button towards the mat, keeping your back nice and straight and avoid arching. I want you to do 10 reps on each side for 4 sets with a minimum of 1 minute rest in between each set. Make sure you're breathing nice and smooth throughout this movement. Next up is the Dorsal Raises. Now this exercise is going to strengthen your deeper back muscles. It's also going to be working your shoulders and your core. For this exercise, you want to lay flat on your stomach and extend your arms straight out. You want to then pull back your elbows towards your rib cage, at the same time raising your shoulders off of the ground. When performing this movement, you want to try as much as you can to isolate your lower back and avoid any contractions coming from your hamstrings or your glutes. For this exercise, I recommend that you do 8 repetitions for 4 sets with a maximum of 1 minute rest in between. Really focus on isolating your lower back and bringing your shoulders off the ground while keeping your head in line with your spine. Next up, we have the plank. Now the plank is a great way of building up your overall core strength. When performing the plank, you want your back to be nice and straight and avoid dipping your hips or raising them too high. There's many different positions where you can put your hands in. Have them nice and flat, put them in a diamond shape, or do the TT plank. Whichever you pick, they're all going to relate to increasing your strength in the core region. Make sure you're breathing nice and smoothly while doing the plank. I recommend that you start with 20 seconds and build it up to 1 or 2 minutes. Next up, we have the upper back band rolls. Now this exercise is going to strengthen the muscles around your thoracic region of your spine. Now, you want to make sure that you place the resistance band about chest height and pull it towards your chest, making sure that you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and pausing at the peak of the movement. Once you pause, slowly release and then start again, keeping your chest nice and high and your core engaged. For this, I recommend 8 repetitions, 4 sets and a maximum of 1 minute rest in between. Next up is the Roman Chair Hyperextensions. Now this exercise works the same muscle groups as Dorsal Raises. So if you don't have a Roman chair available to you, feel free to do Dorsal Raises. Now when you're performing this exercise, you want to only lower your torso to the point where you feel a stretch in your hamstrings and your glutes. Once you feel that, raise your torso up to the side position, then repeat the movement again. When performing this exercise, try and keep your back nice and straight and try and squeeze your shoulder blades together. I recommend 10 repetitions for 4 sets with a maximum of 1 minute rest in between. Last of all, we have our Swiss ball roll-ups. Now this exercise strengthens our core but also works on our stability. For this exercise, you want to lay on the Swiss ball, glutes suspended off of the ball and only your upper back on the ball. Then lift your shoulders off of the ball, nice and high, contracting your first 4 abdominals. And then return back down nice and slowly. Put a lot of attention on squeezing your core at the top of the crunch. I recommend that you do 12 repetitions, that's 6 on each side for 4 sets with a 1 minute rest in between. That's the end of the workout, so now go out there and get strong.